We chose the last section for the Caliente, the Adventure Time. It may look more complicated because there's two characters, but it's actually, I think, simpler than the Naruto, now looking at it, because the characters don't have that many pieces. A lot of what you'll be creating is with the pen tool, open and close paths. You can see the little hands here. That's definitely an open path. You can tell because there's no connection at the end. So you're just going to continue drawing like you've been doing for all your other characters, and really considering your placement of anchor points and using Control Y to really help you trace without having to worry about moving every shape to the side. It just saves you a little bit of time. And these extra little lines that you see in the little hand, I'll add after with just a line with no fill, so a black stroke. So it's very similar and reminiscent to the other things we've been making if you've already done your other characters. Right? And after I draw something, I always go back and edit it a little bit and clean up my handles, because no matter how many times I've done this, I still don't always get the handles in their exact right place. I swap using my quick keys, the letter A for the direct selection tool, letter P for the pen tool. This little extra line you see in the hands, I'm going to take my pen tool, just make a line, overlap it a little, remove the fill, and I should have that little extra little doodad line there. If it doesn't line up exactly, I can move it. Okay, some things you can use your regular shape tool for, probably part of the eyes and the nose. So the nose looks like it's just an oval, so you can make that with your ellipse tool and then resize it so it matches. It looks like the eyes are not exactly a perfect circle, so I don't have to hold shift. I can get the basic shape. You see how it doesn't line up exactly? I can take my direct selection tool and pull some things around to really make it line up with the original shape, which looks a little bit more square than rounded on the corners. Okay, and then the rest of this is just about building little by little, reminding yourself which shapes are open. You can tell because they don't connect, and which shape are closed, and how to layer things. For example, the pen would be really good to make this tail. It's really good. I give some extra pixels. You see how I'm overlapping it, because the body is going to go right on top. No one's going to see that. Right, so it's a good way of making sure you don't end up with weird white gaps between the shapes of your characters. Let's speed this next part up so you can see the process, and we'll make each character little by little. Now for this book bag section, there's an open path over a closed path. So I made the back of the book bag, and now I'm going to create this little handle that's going over his shoulder. I'm going to go around this way and make the top handle, because I need two open paths for this. I need one for one handle, one for the other. I'm adding a black stroke, setting the number to be the same, and then I'll draw the other side as well. And again, I'm not being too precious over here because the hand, his arm is going to kind of cover it in a second. And steal this darker green, do the same technique. Just keeping in mind open versus closed paths are really going to help you a lot. Now if I put the blue hand here with my pen tool and leave that as an open path as well, it should block part of the book bag. And all I need is a black stroke as well. If you think smart about like how you're building your shape, you can layer things really well and not have to worry about those little details that are going to get lost. Like the top of the book bag is going to be hidden by the top of his head, so I wasn't too perfect in that area. When you are done with both characters, you're going to select them with an object group and move them over to your Caliente artboard up here.